In our community, we use the word family to mean someone who is like us, who is gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, non-binary, or questioning. Someone who claims one of the stripes on the rainbow flag. This is a means of identification and inclusion. This is the coded language of our own solidarity. Is she family? I think he's family. Don't worry, they're family. In a community forced to the margins, this is how we create our own connection. This is how we build a home. This is a letter to my family. Dear family, you, the exquisite gay men, the magnetic lesbians, the delicious queers, the defiantly breathtaking transgendered, the solidly bisexual, the definitively non-binary who fill all the spaces in between, you, the questioning and the closeted and the fearful, who have not yet figured out what it all means and where it will all land. You, who shattered the boxes in the binary and my limited notions of man and woman and gay and straight and danced me straight into the liminal spaces where it's all fluid and stunningly beautiful. You, the family that welcomed me when saving myself meant losing everything I had. You, who held me until the world stopped spinning and placed me gently on that rainbow flag and told me I could rest now, that I belonged, that I was home. You, who taught me what it felt like to be comfortable in my own skin, who showed me what love looked like made manifest and real when the world would rather ignore its existence. You, who taught me defiance, who stood tall against legislation and regulation and complete lack of protection. You, who refused silence and mobilized and raised voices and locked arms and demanded change. You, who gave me my history, who sat me down gently and said, once you know this in your bones, you will be changed. This, Stonewall, Matthew Shepard, the devastation of an entire glittering generation to AIDS, DOMA, Prop 8, unimaginable crimes of hate, God hates fags, don't ask, don't tell, Leviticus, Harvey Milk, Brandon, Tina. This is now yours, and it will change you. But we will be here to hold you in the aftermath because we know, and then you must hold it in honor of all those who can no longer. You, who know what it is to hold another's hate in your being, who have turned on the TV to see your love or your family or your job become a soundbite for some election debate or some homophobic soliloquy in the name of somebody else's righteous God. You, who know what it is to stand in line at the grocery store and wonder which of the ordinary people around you just cast a vote against the worthiness of your soul. You, who have had insults hurled at you in the street or fists or weapons. You, who have been sliced by the thin blade of hatred. You, who understand what it is to scan a room before speaking, before kissing, before holding a hand or walking to the restroom. Because these things are not always safe, because sometimes these things come at far too great a cost. You who do all those things anyway, and you who are too afraid to even imagine you one day could. You who lost your job, or your home, or your family, or your safety, or your religion, or your community. You who were forced to exchange everything you had in order to be everything that you are. You who have dug deep enough to find the courage to come out, and then have come out again and again and again and again and again and again in every new circumstance and at every new job and to every new person, because that's just how that works, that risk that repeats itself anew every single time. You, the closeted, the confused, you who know but cannot act, you who want that which you feel you can never have, who live divided lives, who carry shame, who do not know if they will ever find the courage to open that door, and you who know it would never be safe for you to do so, you who are grieving, you who were changed somewhere deep inside this week in ways you cannot articulate, you who cannot yet look away, you who are afraid to go to the places that always felt the safest. You with the tears that will not cease carving paths down your cheeks. You who cannot move on from this. You who have spoken their names and who read their stories and who honor their existence. You, the candlelighters, you who raised your voices in song. You who called legislators and who made signs and who gathered in spite of your fear. You who didn't hear from a single member of your family of origin or from the friends who mattered the most. You who are not okay and who won't be okay, not for a very long time. You incandescent queens, you deliciously undefinable androgynous souls, you sturdy bears, You chivalrous butches, you tomboy dykes, you drop-dead gorgeous yet still invisible femmes. You with your flair, with your flamboyance, with your rugged individuality, your glorious diversity, your insistence on being seen, your quiet but steady presence in the places that matter the most. You, the cliche and every unexpected exception. You, the world's stereotypes brought to blazing life, and everyone who smashes the boxes and changes the paradigms and refuses to be painted in a place. You, the grieving, you, the dancing, you, the proud and the humble and the defiant and the free. You are my family. You taught me what it is to be proud, what it is to stand tall in my reality, what it is to love without apology or explanation, what it is to show up for the fight and to not back down and to never lose hope. And I could have never made it through this week without you. I could not made it through this decade without you. I would never want to make it without you. We are family, and together we will survive and thrive and live and love and lift and protect and build, because that's what families do.